Welcome back to Moss Valley. It has been a while, hasn't it? But we are back. It's been busy while you've been away. We're just heading up to check out a very big contract. We have shipped up some of the equipment from Court Farm, and we are going to use it up here. Some of the guys have come up as well to give us a hand. James is up here. He's going to be hauling one of the trailers because we have got a very big forage harvest on the go. So Willie's going to come up and drive the harvester as well, and I'm going to run one of the other trailers, but we're going to keep ourselves busy with this for quite a while, I think. Now, we do have a second contract as well that we've already picked up, and I've had to invest in some new equipment for that. We've got a seeding contract. We need to put some barley in for one of the local farmers as well, so we're going to go and do that in a little while as well. But first and foremost, we're going to check that the guys are all here. The equipment was shipped up on low loaders the other day, and it's with us now until we are done. Now, I think I need to loop round here. I was kind of hoping, oh, could we nip through? I don't think we can nip through there. That's the animal dealer, actually. I've missed the turning. There's a left-hand turn there that I could have taken, but I've missed it. So we'll run around here and just make sure that the guys are organised, ready and set up to go. Of course, with these narrow lanes, it's going to make it difficult hauling trailers and things. They're going to meet each other going the other way, so we might have to think a little bit tactically about the routes that we throw down, but that's all part of the challenge, isn't it? So I think we will probably come back through the town just the way we've come here, but there we go. I see some Richard Weston silage trailers there, and I see our forage harvester as well. So the guys are here. Let's get organised and get everybody started. I'm going to use probably the John Deere slightly more powerful tractor to run one of these trailers, because they are big heavy trailers, but I need to double check that because the seeder we've got needs a fair bit of power as well. So we've got a few things to work out at the moment, but it's nice to see the Valtra back as well. Oh, missed that. That was one of my favourite tractors back on Court Farm, so nice to have that up here. And the forage harvester looking very clean, actually. Crikey. That's been a real workhorse since we bought it, hasn't it? So really pleased to see that as well. It's nice to know that that equipment is down on Court Farm and can be used as and when we need it. So this is what we'll be pulling up. Some sorghum. You can see it's not completely ripe yet. We're going for a whole crop silage here, and we are selling this straight away. Now, the sell point we are going to sell it to, let me jump to the map and I'll show you where it is. So there we are. There is all the machinery, just there where we are. The sell point we are going to is Carter Hall Grain Elevator up here. Now, I am just wondering if we can go from this field out onto the road here and get up there. It's quite a long round trip to get to the sell point and back. And if I have to have a two-way course running here, I am going to have a lot of tractors waiting. So ideally we could pop out the field here, and then we're only running on this section in a two-way strip, and they can probably come back down here and through the village, like I said. Let's work it out anyway. We'll see how we get on with it. First and foremost, though, I'm going to go and grab the John Deere and bring it up. Right, here we go. We are nearly back at the yard. You can see it's quite early in the morning here. Nice kind of mist over the hills there, and the sun low in the sky. I think it's going to warm up and be a rather nice day later on, but a bit fresh at the moment. A bit chilly in the air. Right, now I'm not going to park this where it can potentially get run into by vehicles, so let's just roll this into the shed this time. Keep it safe, away from any kind of potential issues. There we go. I was nearly going to open that onto one of the stanchions there. Got away with it though. Do love that old beast. Want to look after it. Right, let's get the John Deere. I think it's still hooked with the mower actually. Yeah, that's the last job we did. Let's check our horsepowers against our new equipment and the tractors, and then we'll decide which one we take back for the forage. So there we go. Our 7R270 is running at 305 horsepower. And our Fendt is running at 228. Now, let me show you our new purchases. There we go, a Horsch seeder with the front partner tank as well, which is cool. So they need 200, and obviously the front doesn't need anything, you're just carrying that. So actually the Fendt could run with that. So that's good. That means we can take the John Deere up and use that as our second hauling tractor. A little bit more horsepower, a little bit more grunt, so it should get the job done a little bit better. So let's push on. Let's get the John Deere up there. Let's get the forage harvester started, and let's get stuck into it. Right, here we are, and here is the little road that we missed last time. There's the animal dealer just there. But we can run up here as well, and you can actually see the yellow of the trailer there, just ahead of us. So that's good. It doesn't really help us when we're hauling though, but it does make it a little bit of a shortcut when we're heading from the other yard. So let's get this parked up, let's get this all set up, and we'll come back when we're all systems go. Right, here we go. James following Willie there in the forage harvester. In fact, I thought I'd just give Willie a wee radio here and see how he's getting on. Willie, FSG here, how are you doing?
Aye, FSG, doing well, pal. I tell you what, it's a beautiful part of the world up here.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah, it's a lovely part of the world. Are you enjoying being away from Court Farm?
Aye, a little bit. Not sure I'd want to move here permanently, like, but it's nice to have a bit of a change.
Well, I appreciate you coming up and giving us a hand with this harvest. You can handle that harvester better than anybody I know.
You are very kind, pal. Anytime you need me, just give a shout.
Right, we'll leave Willie and James there. We're on backup trailer. I do think we're going to have a bit of a gap. We'll see. It depends how quickly James gets full, and depends how quickly he can get up to the tip point and back. Like I said, we've had to use that single road, but we have put a couple of passing points along the way that I think we could get by each other. So let's see how we get on, and let's see how long it takes us to clear this field of sorghum. But it's nice to be doing a little bit more foraging. Totally brilliant. Now, one of the things that is going to happen is that I'm going to probably ditch this at some point. We've got one of the local guys. We're going to trial him and see if he'll be any good as a tractor driver for me up here with the contractor business up here. A chap called Alan, and he's going to maybe come down and take over this trailer running a little bit so I can go and get some of that seeding done. But until he gets here, we're on this job. So I guess nothing else to do than to say, sit back, relax while we crack on with this, and we'll see you later.
The dreams that only came to pass them by. Here's to the broken man who stood and walked when he heard you can't. 'Cause it shows me that faith is more than sight. Here's to the wandering child looking for a star to guide, pushing through the darkness of the night. Hold your hand up to your heart and know it's just a chance to start. I know that it might feel like it's too hard. Time to watch, grab a hand and make this day our march. Pulling down the walls we cross, fighting through the wars we lost, looking for the day when we have won. Never
Right, things are running super well here. That's James heading back to the forage harvester. The new guy, Alan, just appeared, so I had a quick chat with him. He's just jumped straight into the John Deere and he's headed off to tip his first load already. I didn't have the camera running when I was speaking to him, actually, which was silly of me, but you'll meet him later on, I am absolutely sure of that. So, with this all running as well as it is, I am going to leave this alone for a while. We'll come back later and check how again. It's a massive field, actually, as you've probably seen from some of the footage. But we're going to get set up with our little seeding contract with the Fent back at the farm. And then we're going to go and do that, and then we'll come back and we'll check on this later. But yeah, it's going to be a big payday, this one. Very excited to see the results. And there may be extra crop here, which we can make a little bit extra out of as well. So let's see how we get on. Anyway, back to the yard for us, and we'll get organised for our other contract. Right, here we are back at the yard. Now, we are going to have to head up to the dealership to pick up the seeder, and then we're going to have to bring it all the way back here because we have got seed in the shed yet there we can fill it up with. So first things first, let's do that. Let's go and find it and see what it looks like on the tractor. I will say there's something lovely about the scenery around here. You never get tired of driving around these lanes. Even if you are in a tractor a lot of the time with long hours, it is very satisfying countryside to drive around in. Right, here we are at the dealership, and there we are. There are the two pieces of equipment. Now, they're big, actually, aren't they? Look at the width of that. That's going to get through a field very, very quickly. Let's just jump out and have a quick look. This looks like it folds up. That's good, so we can get down the lane, so that's promising. Oh look, it's got these little tines on the front here that help us break up the ground that's been compacted by the tyre. That will come in handy very, very much so. And a couple of dual distributors there. So basically, this is to all intents and purposes an air seeder with the air being blown from this unit up the front, which gives us a lot more storage than you would have on the back, and then distributing it through here. And we've got a nice roller on the front there as well to compact the ground. So very nice piece of equipment, this. This should come in very handy over the next few months as the harvest finishes and we get stuck into getting prepped for next year. So let's get all this hooked up and we'll see you back at the yard. Right, here we are, we're nearly back at the yard now. You can see, even folded, it still takes up the whole road, so just highlighting again how narrow some of these lanes are. Right, we should get this filled up relatively quickly, and then we'll jump into the map and we'll have a look at where the seeding contract is. Just open the lid there, and there we go. Let's get this filled up with seed. There we go, 1600 litres capacity. That should do us pretty well. I believe it is barley we're planting, so let's switch that over to barley just while we remember there. Now we have just invested £1,400 in seed, but obviously we'll get that back when the contract is paid as well. But look at this setup. How good looking does this look on this Fent? I am very, very, very impressed with this. Right, let's close this down and let's get out of here. Right, there's our contract. Field 71 for Rodolphe Longchamp. Again, another strong Yorkshire name there. Field 71, sow field with barley. Simple as that. In terms of where it is, it's right next door. Look at that. It is the field next door to our farm. So, couldn't ask for more than that, could we? Right, let's jump in and get that done. Let's just look up here as well. There's where the forage contract's going on as well. And like I said, we'll go back and check that in a little while. But for now, we've got some seeding to be done. I am very excited to be giving this a spin. Right, here are the gates. Thankfully, double gates. Well, that would have been a bit of a challenge getting in here. Now look at this lovely light soil as well. Beautiful colour. Very nice indeed, that. Few stones on here, but nothing too big I don't see, so it shouldn't cause us too many issues. Hopefully it won't do any damage to the machine, but they do look relatively small. There's no big boulders in here. So let's get ourselves in the field here. And we'll close the gates behind us so they don't impact on us when we come around again. Get things unfolded, and you can see just how cool this machine is again. There we go. It's wide, but look at it, with the pipe running from the front to the back. It looks a seriously big piece of kit. Right, let's get lined up here. Do our headlands first, and then we'll run around the rest of the field. Looking forward to this.
All you need. This whole world doesn't see. Someday we could all be free. We could change the world if we would just believe. 'Cause faith and love is all you need. This whole world doesn't see. Someday we could all be free. Yeah, we could change the world if we would just believe.
And there we go. Well, that was very easy, very straightforward, and didn't take very long at all. So let's run this back down to the yard, and then we're going to jump straight in the Land Rover. We'll head up, see how the guys are doing in the other field, and we'll take things from there. So nice to be in so close to the yard. I have got to say though, I think that's probably the nicest seeder that I have ever used. What a piece of equipment this is. Brilliant investment. And the nice thing is with the seed hopper on the front, we can switch this out for a planter as well. So we don't have to invest in a completely different setup. We can just get a new rear unit and use that. So really, really positive. Right, the cultivator's in there. I don't want to put it in there. It doesn't really matter actually, does it? Because we're going to jump in the Land Rover. So let's just pop this in the shed here, and we'll deal with it another time. It does need a wash as well, I'm very conscious of that, but for now let's pop it in here. We may even pick up some more seeding contracts in the next little while, so we'll leave it set up for now. Right, let's go and see what the gang are doing in the other field. There we go, Alan just arriving back as we were about to pull in, so let's follow him in. Let's see how things are going. Wow. Oh wow, they've covered a lot of the field. It was actually working perfectly. 2 trailers here is working like a dream. They are just... one is just finishing as the other one's getting back from the sell point. So it's looking really good from that perspective. Let me just run up here and see how much more we've got to do. I think we're probably well over halfway in the field now. Although saying that, this is a little bit wider, although not as long. So we've done this long length here. Crikey, we've covered some distance though. It is a big, big, big field. This is probably the biggest on the map. Look, there we go. One finished, and another one will be pulling up any second now. So, fantastic. Really, really chuffed with how this is going. Let's just jump in and see in the map how much more we've got to do. So there we go. I would say probably is, you know, give or take about 50% through, but that does mean there's a lot more still to go. So on that note, I think I'm going to leave these guys to it. Look, there is Alan pulling up with the second tractor there. I'm just going to let them push on with this, and I will go and see what else we can do. Maybe drum up a few more contracts or something like that, but great to see this running as well as it is, and making us a good chunk of money. Actually, while we're here, we'll collect that seeding contract we've just done. There we go, sowing completed, £7,800. I will happily take that. Now, our forage one, we are 73% through, so even though we're only about 50% through the field. We are actually 73% of the contract complete, which does suggest we could make a little bit of extra money out of this, so we'll keep an eye on that. But I think at this point I am going to let these guys crack on. I'm going to let you guys head off, and we'll see you again in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. It's nice to be back doing a video, actually, I have to say. I know it's been a bit live stream heavy recently, but this has been fun, so hopefully a little bit more time to pull a few more of these together over the coming weeks. But for now, from me, the FarmSim Guy, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.